All right. Good morning, everybody, and a very, 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 very warm welcome to you. Nice to see you again. I just missed you for one day, and it seems like that I was gone for God knows how long. So, good morning once again. And I'm really looking forward to what I have in store for you this morning. But in the meantime, I'd love to hear from you. I believe you had a very interesting session yesterday. So, anybody want to tell us what you got or what you did, and how is the morning for you? How are we going to start today? So, it'll be interesting to have somebody start the day with a wonderful conversation, saying something, sharing something, asking something. So, who would like to do that? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Everybody's tongue tied in the morning. Yeah, the brain has not started working yet. Doesn't matter. So I want to, all right, Snehalji, good morning. So nice to hear from you. Please unmute yourself and join us. Oh, Snehalji, Snehalji. Snehalji, can you hear me? You can speak. Your hand is raised. Please unmute yourself and speak. Okay, hang on. Okay, now you can speak.
Okay, fine. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
I just want to, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Yesterday, the group was discussing your three statements, about the first one about ease and joy, the other about the experience, and finally about the individual. I had shared with them that I have had I was meeting up with some people whom I was not very keen on meeting. You see? And I said, the group was very encouraging, and for example, Kunen said, don't judge about it at all. Go with an open mind and everything. So then I applied that thing about every experience is an opportunity to be a better version of yourself.
Yes.
So I said, let's see how this goes. Don't get into that thing of, deciding that you are not going to like meeting them. So, and then I had to apply my own practice thing that every person is a Buddha, so go with that. And surprisingly, I won't say surprisingly, probably because I prepared myself, the meeting turned out to be very amenable. And I mean, maybe not pleasant, but amenable, and, it went off well. And I didn't have any, how do you say, something to think about afterwards and stuff like that. So I think these three things, if you go with, you keep reminding them yourself all the time, then it helps a lot. And then at night, I was struggling with an app on my phone, which I couldn't understand. And I was trying to figure it out. And I knew that if I didn't figure it out, I wouldn't be able to sleep. So, but then, then I reminded myself, then I said, the heck with it, put it away. And then I told myself all the three things all over again. Life comes with ease, and
all of life comes to me with ease.
life comes to me with that. I'm a wonderful human being, and that this is just another experience, and just forget it. And after a little while, I could sleep. So I just wanted to share that.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And Mr. Mathur, good morning. And what do you have to share with us?
Good morning. So, I'm going to share for the last 2 days. If you remember, day before yesterday, I shared about how my motivation used to be कि कुछ करना है देश के लिए लोगों के लिए कुछ करना है, ठीक है? Then something happened, and a time came when I said, see, people don't deserve my love and my affection and my I should, they no need to do anything for them because they don't deserve it. So I've been thinking about it, and I could pinpoint it, the time when I started my second business. So I started business with or with the support of people whom I thought were really
Good friends of yours.
close to me, and they will go all out to support me. So someone जिसका divorce होने वाला था, तो मैंने उसका divorce बचाया. He ditched me. Someone जिसकी मैंने शादी कराई थी, he ditched me. Someone who wanted to commit suicide once because he had no job in hand, उसकी मैंने job लगवाई थी, he ditched me. Someone who was out on the street with no job, सबके ताने से आ रहा था, उसको he ditched me. उसकी मैंने job लगवाई थी. तो मैंने कहा यार, so I thought, what is the advantage if people are going to be like that? And I remember we were talking of songs 2 days back. The song which I normally, I think, which is true to at that condition was, ये दुनिया अगर मिल भी जाए तो क्या है, साहिल लुधियानवी and Guru Dutt and S.D. Burman. So then I could put down the event, that is what happened, and then I kind of lost interest. कि छोड़ो यार, people don't deserve my love. And then what happened in the last 2 days, if you remember that Munna Bhai MBBS dialogue, when that guy wants to commit suicide and Munna Bhai tells him कि 6 महीने के प्यार के पीछे तू जान देने चला है, what about that, वो माँ जो तेरे से 23 साल से प्यार करती है. Do you remember the dialogue?
Yes, of course.
So then I realized कि मेरे घर में तो मेरी डॉटर भी है और मेरी बहनें भी हैं जो मुझसे बहुत प्यार करती हैं, बीवी भी बहुत प्यार करती है, ठीक है, चाहे शो करे ना करे, बाप भी बहुत प्यार करता है. So उनके लिए so it makes sense to live for them. It makes sense to to do excellence or to perform and to do well in life for them. So that is what I got presented.
Wow. Thank you so much, Abhinav.
Yeah, but abhi bhi, there is, I'm searching for something great to do. वो नहीं आ रहा.
कोई नहीं जी, मिल जाएगा.
Thank you. Thanks Sukhdeepak, and thanks for everybody in the group for their support.
Thank you. And just hang on, Raghu, before you share. There's something which I want to show you guys, which I had shown you once earlier also. And this is something which I remind myself whenever I am feeling like Abhinav is feeling right now. कभी-कभी ऐसा लगता है ना? So would you read this for us, Abhinav?
No, I can't read it. It is too small.
Achha, you must be on your phone.
Yes, I am on my phone, but I will request you to share it.
No, it is shared. Snehalji,
but so that I can say, even with my specs on, I don't think I can read.
Don't worry, listen then. Snehalji, will you share it? What you can read on the screen?
No, sir, I can't share it either. I'm on my phone. The font is very small.
Okay,
Can I try, sir?
will read it.
Can I try?
Listen carefully. People are often unreasonable, irrational, and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you will win some unfaithful friends and some genuine enemies. Succeed anyway. If you are honest and sincere, people may deceive you. Be honest and sincere anyway. What you spend years creating, others could destroy overnight. Create anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, some may be jealous. Succeed anyway. Be happy anyway. Give the best you have, and it will never be enough. Give your best anyway. In the final analysis, it is between you and God. It was never between you and them anyway. So this is a wonderful one to remind yourself of every time you get disempowered. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I will put it on the group so you can read it there also. Yes, Raghu, you wanted to say something.
Yes, sir. Good morning. We missed you yesterday during the Teachers' Day. the teacher is not there.
When somebody is absent, you remember him more.
Yeah, definitely we felt that. Because what the impact you made us every day, that's what I would like to share is, you're giving some one sentence and then ask us to think. You're not only asking us to think, you're taking us to a creative visualization mode, how you were before, and that operating us in that mode, there's a lot of things comes in. Maybe a very silly things or some very extraordinary thing. That's yesterday one of the topic also. It feels keep motivated throughout the day. But sometimes we are, I'm just carried away with many other things, but little bit if I start paying attention, it comes back, each and everything.
All right.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for sharing it, Mr. Toastmaster Guru. Now your name is Toastmaster Guru.
My son name, sir. Guru Bharat.
Guru Garan.
Guru Bharat, yeah.
Oh, hey, Kunen Saab, good morning. Nice to see you. I believe you've been entertaining people very well.
Good morning, sir. I just wanted to know how are you and where are you? Is everything is fine? Because we missed you. And...
I'm back home.
Okay.
हम अपनी बारी में पहुंच गए हैं, जैसे बंगाली में बोलते हैं, हम अपना बारी में पहुंच गए हैं.
Okay, nice to know, sir. Thank you, sir. Welcome back.
Thank you. Or who else? Anything you'd like to say? Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen.
Can I share quickly, sir? I just got reminded of one quotation which Abhinav was asking. It says that you must find the place inside yourself where everything is, nothing is impossible. So that inside is very important to go inside. Nothing is impossible there.
Yeah. And the real place inside, when you find it, you'll find that wahan gum bhi nahi hai, aansu bhi nahi hai, pyar hi pyar hai. If you find the place inside. In fact, that place is there inside everybody.
Yes.
And if we are able to connect to that place, then our whole life will be only like that, na? Jahan gum bhi na ho, aansu bhi na ho, bas sirf pyar hi pyar pale. Wahan jana itna mushkil nahi hai. It's not so difficult to get there. Because it's there inside. Such a beautiful thing, Kunan. Thank you so much for sharing it. All right. Anybody else? Anything?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You realize that you are Atman. You're a soul. You're a soul, part of the universal consciousness. You got all qualities, divine qualities.
Yeah, we are infinite beings.
Infinite beings. Because of the divine qualities like forgiveness, purity, compassion, peacefulness, joyfulness. And once you realize that, it makes it so easier for you.
Absolutely. And Gopalji, thank you very much for sharing that. Because all these things, they belong to us, na? Hamari hain.
Yes, this is within us only. We'll just unfold it. Realize that, that's all.
We have to take it out of our pocket and look at it,
Exactly.
मतलब आपके जेब में चाबी है और आप घर की चाबी ढूंढ रहे हो, इसी तरह ये चीजें हमारे अंदर हैं, हम बाहर ढूंढ रहे हैं. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Okay. Anybody else? I'd love to hear from some people who never speak these days. Like for example, Mansi has not spoken at all, I think.
Hey. Yes. Hi.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Teachers Day to everybody. Everybody here is a teacher.
Thank you so much. You're right, actually. So you're saying to yourself also, I hope.
Yes.
Somebody else can say this to me. I can't say this to myself.
Okay, Mansi, happy Teachers Day to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know something? The world is a reflection of us. The world is a reflection of you and me.
Yes.
So when you honor somebody, you are also honoring yourself, na?
Yes.
Yes.
क्योंकि वो इज्जत जो आपके अंदर है, वो आप वही सारी दुनिया को दिखाई दे रही है ना? Like a mirror all around you.
Yes. Mirrors.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Because I wished everybody else wished me, right? So if I take the initiative then what I give is what is coming back to me, right? In multifolds that also, because I wished and then everybody wished me back. So
We do.
yeah,
Are you a part of our morning conversations group?
I'm there in the WhatsApp group, right?
Yeah.
I'm there in the WhatsApp group.
Okay, good checking, because you are also on Telegram. So I have sometimes been sending
Yeah,
you on Telegram.
I'm on Telegram. Yeah.
Yeah, looks like you like to receive telegrams.
It's Indian. It's made in India. We should all use it. I gave up using WhatsApp for some time, but not many people are using Telegram,
Yeah, I know. There is a
That's what
friend
is
of mine,
happening.
I've been trying to send him stuff. He just doesn't use it. So he's the one who's suffering. He lost an opportunity because of that.
Who?
Friend of mine,
Okay.
I wanted to connect him for some business opportunity.
Yeah.
वो नहीं हुआ. Anyways. Good, great, nice. Thank you so much for sharing,
Thank
Mansi.
you.
It's a pleasure to hear your voice.
Thank you. Likewise.
All right. Morning, Pongal. Back after a little break. It seems like Ramesh. I don't think we've seen you or heard you before. So why don't you say something to us, Mr. Ramesh?
Good morning. My name is Ramesh. Just there is a break in between. I just joined back today, and wish to meet all and get the feeling of what empowering morning. So I just it is a first there is a break for 2-3 days I attended, and now I'm back. My wife Aruna is attending regularly.
Okay, great. So both husband and wife are now. You can use what you're learning with each other.
Yeah.
Every time you do something stupid, you can tell the other person, this is what you're learning in the morning session.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Huh?
इम्तियाज जी, गुड मॉर्निंग. आप बहुत दिनों से हमसे नाराज हैं ऐसा लगता है मेरे को.
वेरी वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग. नो, नाराज क्यों होना है?
क्या मालूम, दिखाई नहीं पड़ते आप.
नहीं, कल मैं थोड़ा लेट था.
मैं तो कल था ही नहीं.
हाँ, कल आप नहीं थे. कल थोड़ा लेट था मैं. थोड़ा लेट हो जाता है, लेकिन होता तो हूँ मैं. कैसे हैं आप भी ट्रैवल कर रहे थे ना, इसलिए आपको डिस्टर्ब.
हाँ, आई एम बैक नाउ.
यू आर बैक नाउ. यस्टरडे ना.
जहाँ भी होता हूँ मैं ऑनलाइन रहता हूँ, बट yesterday was I had to get out of my hotel at 5 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
So yesterday very reluctantly, but then we have wonderful people managing the show, isn't it?
Correct. Yes.
All right, great. Thank you.
Thank
So keep going and keep sharing and keep asking. You ask wonderful questions. All right, guys, once again, a very good morning to you and welcome back to Empowering Morning Conversations. And today is another day and we have another opportunity to become a better version of ourselves. Right? So why do we come to these morning conversations? We come to these morning conversations because I think we all realize that somehow or the other, the world is throwing a lot of stuff at us, दुनिया बहुत कुछ फेंकती है हमारी तरफ, and that is not always positive. Okay, so there is a tendency for us to get discouraged and we lose our enthusiasm, we lose our energy, we lose our joy, right, because of the negative things that are surrounding us. So the whole idea of starting this Empowering Morning Conversations was that, listen, okay, if you're being bombarded with negative, we don't have to be negative, we can empower ourselves. So when you are in the company of people who believe in the power of, empowerment and empowering ourselves, then every negative thing can be converted into a possibility. So we are shifting out of the default mode. Default mode means auto mode, automatic mode in which we live. So we can easily shift out of that and get into a mode where, we can get ease, joy, and glory every moment of our life. Isn't that something we want? This is what we want, isn't it? So this is my Access Consciousness mantra. So this is a learning body started by, a gentleman called Gary Douglas, and very, very powerful technology. And I'm a part of that. and I'm one of the teachers there. And this is our mantra, that all of life comes to us with ease, joy, and glory. And isn't that wonderful? If all of life, we are very selective in life, no? We are always judging everything, and what we like, we want, and what we don't like, we don't want. But every part of life or every experience of life that is coming in our way, isn't it a part of our life? तो बोलते हैं ना, अगर परमात्मा कुछ देता है तो वो हमें क्या देता है? He is only giving us experiences, the Almighty. That's all He's giving. And He is not judging what He's sending your way, and generally He sends what you need. I'm a firm believer that everything that whoever energy, creator, whatever it might be, whatever is sent to you is something which you need at that moment. And we as human beings, sometimes we think that we are bigger than the Almighty. So we start judging things and we say, this is not something I want, this is not for me. And then we get upset and we start complaining and all that. So something which is coming to us for our benefit, we are not able to make use of it, right? So if we train ourselves, and that's what we are doing here every morning, that if we train ourselves, then we will see that all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. If we get out of our default mode, if we get out of our auto mode is reaction and resistance. And that doesn't allow, ज़्यादा वो हम लोग गाने ही गाते हैं जहाँ गम भी ना हो, आंसू भी ना हो. We only sing those songs, but we are not able to experience that space where there is no happiness, right? There is no unhappiness either. That we are in a place of pure love. And that's the space in which a life of ease, joy, and glory comes to us. So today morning, there was a wonderful sharing by my friend Abhinav. And I got reminded of this little quotation, which is always by my side. I keep it very close to my heart because, people, sincere people, empathetic people like we are, we often get into, bouts of sadness and despondency. And that is a good time to read this. So all those who can, why don't you read it, Kunen? I hope you have logged in from your computer. Kunen? Achha, I don't think you can because nobody is allowed to speak at this moment. I will read it. So people are often unreasonable, irrational, and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people will accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you will win some unfaithful friends and some genuine enemies. Succeed anyway. And if you are honest and sincere, people may deceive you. Be honest and sincere anyway. What you spend years creating, others will destroy overnight. Create anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, some people may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today will often be forgotten. Do good anyway. Give the best you have and it will never be enough. Give the best anyway. In the final analysis, it is between you and God. It was never between you and those people anyway. So guys, have fun and keep generating peace, joy, and glory. Ease, joy, and glory in every area of your life. So anything at this point anybody would like to say? I'm unmuting, or I'm allowing you to unmute yourself so you can say that before we continue. Yes, Kunen.
Thank you, sir. This is a great poem and it's a great reminder how exactly we should behave, or as the title of today seems that the possibility for the attitude, right?
And that's what we've been working on for the past couple of sessions. Like, how do we develop possibility surge attitude, and what stops you from seeing possibilities? And we are continuing in that.
True. So the question coming to my mind is that this poem reflects that if as you rightly mentioned, and as you always mention, that we have to shift from default mode to possibility mode. So now the question is, we need a lot of patience to do anyway. Ultimately, it is between we and God. So how to develop that patience?
You're the formula man, right? You want another formula, right? I'm okay. So now listen carefully, everybody. Now, if you read this quotation or poem or whatever you call it again and again, you will notice one thing, that you are not reacting so much and you are not resisting so much. You understand? All the things that he's talking about, when it happens to us, we react to it and we resist it, isn't it? Just like Abhinav was reacting to it and resisting it, ke kya fayda hai? People are thankless, people are like this, so why should I do it? So that is a sign of resistance, isn't it? So if you really live by what this poem says, right, would you be in a state of reaction and resistance? You will not. When you're not in a situation of reaction and resistance, what is it going to show up for you? मतलब आपकी resistance और reaction आपके लिए रुकावट बन रही है. Your reaction and resistance become the cause, na? You'll always say, because people are doing like this and they are thankless, right? Will you see possibility in that situation? And when you give it up, you know, like he's saying, anyway, I will continue to do it anyway. You are going to be moving beyond resistance to acceptance and allowance. Isn't it? Now, when you are in a state of allowance, possibilities will show up anyway. I will also use the word anyway. So when you are not in a state of resistance and reaction, possibilities will show up anyway. You know, so the interesting thing is, instead of asking, what should I do? We can ask, how should I be, or what should I not do? So what should I not do? Resist. What should I not do? React. And if I go by the spirit of what this man is saying, right, I'm not going to react. No, I'll say, okay, this is the way it is. Yaar. Dunya mein log aise hote hain. People are like that. So what? I will do it anyway. I'm not doing it for them. I believe in a world that's a better place. So when I don't do it anyway, suppose I get stopped by all these things, right? Then I am getting defeated, no? In that case, mere khud ke becauses ne mujhe hara diya na. If I allow these things to stop me in my life, if I allow these becauses to stop me in my life, right? What are we doing? Again, we are putting the reins or controls of our life into the hands of other people. Now, who wants to have a world that works for everybody? I do. Who wants a life of ease, joy, and glory? I do. So am I going to allow other people's acts to stop me from having a life of ease, joy, and glory? And if I do, I'll never see possibilities. Na? That is why I put that poem today, you know. That, look, this is the way it is, yaar. Dunya aisi hai. दुनिया ऐसे ही है. मैं गा लूं गाना कि भाई दुनिया अगर मिल भी जाए तो क्या है, और आई में से कि बॉस मैं निर्माण करूंगा ऐसी दुनिया का. Because if you see, the whole world will always have a reason for doing what they are doing. So why are people thankless? If you ask them, they'll say the same thing. Why are people jealous? They will say the same thing. Why are people not wanting you to be happy? They will say the same thing. Because. So everybody's got a justification to do what they're doing, right? So why are they doing it? Yes, Kasa, the laughing Buddha. Please go ahead and share. It's too bad we never could capture that video of you laughing. Now at least you can show your face, man.
Sir, definitely I can't show my face. Sorry, I'm very sorry.
Why?
No, I'm just on a therapy.
Okay. I thought you got some lipstick marks on your face. That's why you cannot show.
Yeah. How can it get better than this?
How does it get better than that? Yes.
Exactly, sir. As you say, are we going to say because, or we going to be the cause to create? Yeah. Actually, earlier when I was trying to unmute, it wasn't allowing to unmute, sir.
Yeah, I was not allowing you.
Yeah. You know, if we live as ourself, that is the greatest thing we can do to our own self. The love, what we want to give it to others or share it to others, just give it to our own self. That's so enriching. That's so vibrant. That's so powerful. And yesterday, Vetri said a beautiful point. You know, if you wear this glass of, and if you look at everyone as a wonderful, magnificent being,
yeah,
we can see everyone as a beautiful being. They don't believe it's their problem, but we believe that they are a wonderful being. And even in any challenge or any problem, yes, something wonderful they have done also. Even in the bad, there is something good which we miss out. If we start living in each and every magic mantra that you give us, you know, we were telling a story that, you know, someone was going to God and praying for all that. But God has been giving so much kind enough, whatever we require. But in disguise, it gives in a different way, but we are not taking it and applying it. Each and every word that you give, the magic mantra, is so potent to manifest the desires that we want to desire. Whatever the desire will manifest as a reality. It has such a potent, but we have to believe and be living with that.
Okay, so now Kasha, I think time has come to give you a new name. You know, till now I was calling you Chinna Swami. Now I'm going to call you the woken up Kumbhakarna. Now you're like a bloody Kumbhakarna. Now you're woken up. Huh? You know, Kumbhakarna was a very wise man. So now the wise man has been woken up. Congratulations, man. And like everybody else, you are a wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary human being, and you deserve to be loved and respected for who you are.
Absolutely, sir.
Thank you very much for listening to me and trusting me and spending 5 days with me. I'm feeling so happy about that.
And definitely, sir, I'm so grateful. And you know what was happening through the course and what it manifested.
So good for you. Congratulations, and keep going, right? I think we're going to make you, anyway, we'll discuss with you separately on that. Okay.
Definitely, sir. And, you know, I take that title also, and I take the other title which you gave also, the Laughing Buddha.
Yeah. Somebody presented me with the Laughing Buddha. They said you are a Laughing Buddha. So welcome to the club. Now we are two Laughing Buddha, the short version and the tall version.
And let's create more. Let's create, you know, let's create more inkfishes species, beings like us.
They are all here, no? 35 of them.
Absolutely. It's just a question of time and their willingness. It can take just a second to manifest. what they're looking for.
So you are really woken up, Kumbhakarna. Thank you very much. And thank you for your contribution. Don't stop. Okay, keep
Yes,
going.
sir.
You're doing a wonderful job. Okay, and you know that you can count on our support at all times.
Yes, sir. Very much, sir. Very much, sir.
Great, thanks. Okay.
And that's my idea to it. It has to be taken out to the larger crowd.
Yeah.
See, and this I going to translate in Tamil. You are a wonderful man. What that and all of life.
Comes to me.
Sorry, sir.
All of life comes to me with ease, joy,
and glory. And you're a wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary being. You have to be respected and loved the way you are.
You deserve to be loved and respected for who you are. So the first statement belongs to Access Consciousness. Please acknowledge them whenever you translate it. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. That comes from Access Consciousness. And the second statement, you are a wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary human being. It comes from Sukhdeepak Malwai. So please acknowledge him also.
Definitely, sir. And we're going to give it to all our employees. One printed in the back, another one printed in the front. So
wow.
people, whoever are going to see, they keep seeing.
Yeah. And we can remind them from time to time, that they are.
Yes.
Because see, people don't want to believe it.
Yes. We'll hit them hard.
Don't want to believe that they can have a life of ease, joy, and glory.
True, true.
They will say, oh, we are suffering so much in your life and you are saying you will have a life of ease, joy, and glory. Double my salary. Then I will have a life of ease, joy, and glory. So they actually believe like that,
True, true, true.
Good. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now imagine that this kind of, enlightened way of doing business was taken up by everybody. Then every business will become a vehicle for transformation of the world, isn't it? And you could still be earning a healthy profit and then still be earning and paying your staff a healthy salary. And you would ensure that everybody is experiencing well-being. A lot of studies have shown that well-being and performance, they go better together, right? More the well-being, better the performance. But a lot of managements, they think that you have to frighten your staff, then only they'll perform. Dhara ke rakho logo. And they actually do that. And they don't realize that when you keep on frightening your staff to make them perform, you are actually indirectly treating them like slaves. In the old days, how did they treat the slaves? They used to use the whip, right? And sometimes they would give them good food just to keep them alive. That's one way of doing business. And the other way of doing business is all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. And it is my mission to take this mantra to all the corporates. I work a lot with corporates and I'm already doing this. Okay. Because the more you contribute for the well-being of everybody, then you yourself also get contributed to. And this is something, that's why Kacha wants to take it to the workers in his factory. So some of these access consciousness programs which he has participated with in Bangalore with us, we are planning to ask the organization to get us the Tamil translations. And we are going to have Rama to go and conduct it in Tamil. Because Rama is also going to become a facilitator very soon for the access bars. And then if he carries on, then he can become a facilitator like I am, at a higher level. So that journey has already started and you will see 3 more other people joining that journey very soon. Actually, they've already started, they don't know it. Sometimes you start something, you don't know it. So we might have 30 people who started that journey. Now all it takes is for you to take the next step. Like there is an old saying, you can take the horse to the water, but you cannot make him drink. So the elixir of life is available to you. You have to take the step and drink it. You started already, because if you are coming here every morning, you are coming for that. Because you see somewhere a possibility that life can be much better than what we are making it. What we made is a limited version of our life. Now we can have an expansive version of our life. So today I have something very, very interesting for you. I think we should have all of life as a musical journey. So the question for you this morning is, what is a problem? And what does it make possible in your life? So let's look at the first part of the question only for now. What is a problem? See, there is something which happens in your life, you call it a problem. What is a problem? So I'd love for you, anybody who wants to raise your hand and share, what is a problem? And the second part of the question we'll ask afterwards, which is, what does it make possible? See, problems, we don't like them very much, do we? Do we like problems? No, we don't. One of the biggest becauses in my life will be, I have a problem, sir, because of problem I can't do. Milanji.
Yep. A problem is an event or whatsoever of my own creation which stumbles me in my way forward.
True, it is one of my becauses. Maybe what is that something which you label as a problem? It is only a label that we give to something, no? You look at something and say, oh, problem. So what is a problem?
Something that creates an apparent blockade before my
moving. That is true, but what is it? What is happening at that moment that you call it a problem? Something happens, no? Then only you say it's a problem. Okay, you wait. I'm keeping you unmuted for a while. Let Neeti say to us her example of what is a problem.
So a problem is an unaddressed situation lying around in your life, or at least in my life, yes.
Yeah, could you repeat what you just said? It is a what?
Unaddressed situation.
Unaddressed situation. But what is a situation that you would call a problem?
Something that I haven't gone out and tackled and sorted for myself.
That is also true. But what exactly would be happening at that moment when you are giving it a name of problem?
When it is accelerating beyond my acceptance level.
Okay, so much the better. That's getting better and better. When it is accelerating beyond my blah, 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 whatever it is. What else? How would you describe it? What happens when we give it a label of problem?
It becomes overpowering. It becomes overpowering and it begins to have a negative effect on me.
Yeah, wait. So when something becomes overpowering, you give it that label. That's what you're saying. Yeah. But what is that something that becomes overpowering?
Something that creates entropy in my system.
Yeah, but again, what is that something?
A difference of opinion, arising from a difference of opinion.
Yeah, so that's one of the things when somebody does not agree with me or something.
That's what leads to a difficult situation.
Okay, tell me something, Neeti. If a difference of opinion was something that you could deal with ease, you know, like it's normal, I can deal with it. Would you call it a problem?
No, sir, but then what happened?
Okay. Suppose this was just another thing, you know, you say, oh yeah, like suppose tell me, like if there is no toothpaste in your tube, you call that a problem?
No.
Why? There's no toothpaste in your tube. How are you going to brush your teeth?
I'll just bring out a new tube.
Exactly. So you don't label it as a problem, do you?
No.
Yeah, because you have, I mean, you know how to deal with it and it's not a problem. Then you don't label it as a problem. So here's what I suggest. You know, we have taken this life of ours, right? And we have converted it into a set of formulas. And those formulas deal with everything automatically. Okay? What I call as the default mode or what I call as the habit. So we have developed habits which are able to deal with many things easily. So we take that in a stride. When something happens in our life, which our normal habits or way of thinking are not able to deal with, immediately we'll put the label of
Problem.
Problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So just remember what I think you will remember. I've been saying it to you for 30 years now, I think 20 years at least, right? What is that, Under unusual circumstances, your brain does not work.
And how do we make it work?
Brain doesn't work. वैसे भी it's not working because see, your formulas are dealing with everything, na? Like if I tell Rama now, he'll understand your Beckemec is dealing with everything automatically.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to use your brains in that, no? So you got some programming which automatically deals with everything. So we take everything and convert it into a set of formulas and they keep dealing with whatever, which we are habituated to deal with. Right? So whenever any situation comes, which our habit or our normal way of being is not able to take care of, which requires you to think, by the way, when something unusual happens, which requires you to think, and you think, how the hell do I deal with this now? Then you call it a problem. And the moment you call it a problem, do you notice that you start resisting it?
Yes.
And then you can't deal with it because you don't see possibilities. So, today we are continuing on the theme of possibility search attitude. So one of the things which will help you is, instead of so quickly giving a label of problem, moment we give it a name of problem, immediately, subtly, we start resisting that situation. Therefore, we get stuck with it. It's like Arendite. You say problem, your hand is stuck to that. Now we have that magic glue. You try to use it, your hand is definitely. Before going to Bangalore, I was using it, got stuck. I unstuck it, there was a cut. It took 5 days to stop the bleeding. So the moment you call it problem, it takes some time to get rid of the bleeding, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So what if my problem is only a label that I give to something which is not usual in my life? Yeah. जब कोई असाधारण घटना घटती है मेरे जीवन में, I call it problem. What do you think?
Yes, sir.
Right, so whatever you are describing, any one of you, is it something which is ordinary?
No.
Now, sir, it's very ordinary. It happens to me every 5 days. But every time it happens, you give the same label, na? We never say, Ai bahar dil beqararu meri problem kumar tere bin raha na jaye. We don't welcome the problem, do we? So we say problem, fir aa gaya problem again. My life is full of problems. Why don't these problems go away? See, so if you look at the anatomy of a problem is nothing but something which is unusual for me. A problem where my brain doesn't work. Okay. So easy to give it a label and say, this is a problem. Because of this problem, I can't be happy in my life anymore. Because these problems keep happening every day. Then I will say, Duniya agar mil bhi jaye to kya hai? Kyun bhai problem hai to duniya nahi chahiye kya tere ko? But this is what we do. Yes, Milanji, sorry, you got your hand raised for a while now. Go ahead.
Yeah. Taking cue from what you and Nitiji discussed, say our brain is set every day morning there would be a toothpaste in the tube, and I'll get it and brush my teeth. Now, the moment I see there is no toothpaste in the toothbrush, there are two eventualities that arises. One class of people finds it a problem, problem. And the other class of people, like what Nitiji has said, that I will take another tube and immediately go ahead with my, whatever daily trajectory is.
Exactly.
So therefore, everything there is a problem, and the way you deal with it gives the solution. That's it. In fact, I learned a lot from this discussion of yours and Nitiji. Thank you.
Milanji, let's say, that's something which is going on in your house and which you are dealing with.
Yep.
If you had labeled, you might have initially labeled it as a problem. But very soon you said, no, not such, just another thing that I have to deal with.
That's right.
Now it's not a problem anymore.
True.
Right? And then because initially you would have said, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Now I have to do this and this is a responsibility and a blah, 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 and a blah, blah, blah. That
Absolutely.
would have made you a very upset man and cutting off so many possibilities in your life, right? And the moment you said, well, here's another thing I have to deal with. Remember, I gave the example of that lady who lost Ila Ghosh. She lost both her legs above her knees when she was 12 years old. Now, if she had treated it as a problem, then she would have had a problem all her life. She said, all right, I'll focus on what I have. I will not focus on what I don't have. So I say problem is just a label that we give to something which is unusual. You know, like we are talking about toothpaste. Sometimes remember when you go to the bathroom and somebody forgot to replace the soap and only a very thin sliver of soap is left and it keeps falling, no? One is you can start saying, oh shit, there's no soap in the bathroom. Hey, get me the soap. Or you say, okay, whatever little is there, I'll use it and finish and come out, you know. So there are certain things we have programmed ourselves to deal with easily in life. We never call them a problem. But when an unusual circumstance, unusual simply means what? Anything that requires you to think, anything that requires you to come out of your comfort zone, that is a problem. Am I right, Milanji?
Absolutely. Can't even agree more with you on this.
That is why now we'll come to the second part of the question after everybody's finished sharing. Niti, anything else you'd like to say? Shall we move on?
Yes, sir.
या कुनैन बाबू आप क्या कहना चाहते हैं कुछ सुझाव देना चाहते हैं क्या
Thank you, sir. What I'm getting from this conversation is, which I am going to do, I will never ever use this word problem, because as soon as I listen the word problem, it gives a feeling that there is something wrong.
Big problem if you start doing that. It is going to be it is like positive thinking, you understand? Inside your mind, you are saying problem, but I'm not going to call it a problem. You know, I was sharing with Rama yesterday, look, you tell people only use positive words and all that, right? Because they learn to use positive words, they'll use positive words. But in their mind, you know, see, remember one thing. Whatever you focus on, you know, hamara dhyan kidhar ja raha hai, where is my attention going? So words are all right, what you're saying. You change the words. It's not about the words. It is about where are you going to put your attention on.
Right, sir. And other thing, yeah. Other thing I'm getting from this conversation is that basically this is a situation or any situation which is not in my favor or not as per my desire. So that I label it as a problem.
Expectations.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, that I will take it as an experience. And as the poem says, it is between me and God. So that experience, whatsoever is happening, which I am labeling as a problem, is just an experience, and I have to manage, or I have to experience that experience, because it is between me and God, and then take out something from that and make myself a better person.
Exactly. If I see that also as an opportunity to be a better version of myself.
Thank you, sir.
You know, like every experience, remember what I say, every experience is an opportunity to be a better version of myself. So if I don't label something as a problem and I say, all right, this is another thing that's happening in my life, it is only another experience. So then will it be a problem? It won't be a problem. Yes, Sandeep ji, please go ahead, unmute yourself and your turn to speak. Never mind. In the meantime, Raghu, you can speak.
Thank you, sir. And good morning. Good morning, everyone. The sentence what you said, my brain doesn't work, means we label as a problem. It's exactly...
No. Under unusual circumstances, my brain doesn't work.
Under unusual circumstances. Okay. My brain doesn't work. That means we call as a problem.
And then immediately we give label, problem.
Yes. This reminds me about anything if I have to do other than my comfort zone, then we call it as a problem. Yeah, because the brain doesn't work beyond the comfort zone.
Right, you got it right.
Yeah,
you got it absolutely right.
Thank you, sir. And these two examples, what happens in the bathroom, definitely a story. We can write a book about it, about the paste. And another one remains about when my children were here, particularly the younger one. he uses the soap very often, and then he, instead of giving bath to his body, he give bath to the soap itself. And within 1 day, 2 days, the soap will go. And when the thin soap comes, I will say that, okay, I'll compromise myself in my life. Okay, this is what I get. And then I'll try to use and give him a new. And he demands for that new. That child, with that, what I would like to say is, the child mind, which operates in a bigger way. They don't see the small one. They see always the bigger one and be happy about it. So we have to go to the child mode and look for a bigger possibilities.
Great. Thank you so much. Sandeep, you had raised your hand. You want to say something? Go ahead. Sandeep ji, बोलिए.
हाँ सर, मैं सर मजे की बात यह है कि हम लोग एक सिचुएशन जो अनवेलकम सिचुएशन होती है, हमें जब तक उसका सॉल्यूशन मालूम नहीं है तभी तक वो प्रॉब्लम होती है. दैट इज वन थिंग आई एम रियलाइजिंग. सो वंस वी व्हाटएवर, लाइक आपने कहा कि इफ सर्टेन कम्युनिकेशन इज अ प्रॉब्लम with us only till we don't know how to handle that particular challenging situation, that challenging conversation.
Right. So you can simply say, "Na, right now I don't know how to deal with it, but I'll find out how to deal with it."
Find out how to do it. Wonderful.
Isn't it?
And everything has been clarified, sir. So nothing, I don't have much to say now. Your conversation has solved all my queries.
Yeah. So now we come to the second part of the question. What is the problem that we have been discussing for now? And I want to ask each one of you the second part. What does it make possible? You know, normally when we have a problem, we say we should not be happening. I'm saying, all right, it is happening. And I'm saying it's maybe beneficial also. Why? Because now it is going to force me to think. Isn't that a benefit? When something happens and it makes you think, is it good or bad? Right? So what does it make possible? Like if you have a problem, what does it make possible for you? Think about it. Take a situation in your life right now. Everybody's got some situation in your life right now, and you are calling it a problem. And I'm asking you, what does it make possible? The fact that the problem is there, what does it make possible? Start by Punita Pongal, and then we will go to SCRT 84.
Happy morning, Ji. Actually, when I think about what is a problem and what does it make possible, it makes things which I thought was impossible to be possible.
Yeah, but talk practical now. What is it? Then you tell us now, what is that impossible which you will make possible because you have to think about it?
For me, like even getting up regularly early in the morning, getting into a routine was impossible. Because I thought that, I decided, I said that, no, it is not for me. I cannot get up in the morning. This is not my style. And I thought it was like, I had a decision on that. So getting up early was a problem, which I thought not fit for me, doesn't suit me as such.
Now?
Now when I decided, no, I'm going to make it happen. And when I've started doing it, I see the quantum of the other, whichever I thought, like I didn't have time for this, I didn't have time for that. So many things falling in line with ease, just because I was able to break away from that problem.
Yeah, because the problem forced you to break out of certain limitations that you might have been carrying till now.
Yes, you're right.
For example, somebody's got this thinking that I cannot live independently, for example. Yeah?
Yeah.
And some problem keeps coming and coming and coming. And they say, all right, this is, maybe I'm calling it a problem, but what is now the possibility? Yeah? What is it trying to teach me? What is the message it is giving me?
Yeah.
For example, another person may be having this problem that they're always getting into debt, right? And they can call it a problem. Or they can say, all right, now what is it trying to teach me? What is it making possible, this problem? Is it helping me to find out hidden strengths? Is it helping me to find out that, hey, I can overcome this. This is not a big deal.
Exactly. from nowhere. Things are happening from nowhere, as if from nowhere.
Yeah. If you do not label it as a problem and you say, hello, what kind of thinking do I have to have now to resolve this problem? What kind of action do I have to do to resolve this problem? Right? You don't have to live with this problem. So I had this friend of mine, he was a son of a general, and he became a lawyer and everything. And he was always being gaslighted by his parents. You know what is gaslighting? When they're always putting you down.
Okay.
So you lose your self-esteem and everything. And as long, and something, up to the age of 47, that guy was, I used to always tell him, I said, Sukhi, you get out of that house. As long as you remain in that house, no, nothing's going to happen to you. But he never did. So who's going to look after Evo? He had 2 sisters. One was working, one was not. Parents were sick. One fine day, he fell in love. I do not know why they call it fell in love. He fell in love with a Chinese girl, American citizen, went to the US, and now he's very successful over there.
Okay.
So what is the problem and what does it make possible? So instead of looking at what is the problem, our mind, our attention, our dhyana, total attention is only on the problem, nothing else. But instead of that, you say, hello, what does this problem make possible for me? It is coming here to make something possible for me. What is that? First of all, then you will not see it as a problem. You will see it as an opportunity to become a better version of yourself. You'll say, okay, what does it make possible? What direction is it pointing me to? Kya ishara kar raha hai wo? Are you beginning to see something, my friends? So problem
Yeah,
is
the opens up again.
as a problem.
When you gave this example, I feel it is again something else is coming to me because I've been allowing my people to disrespect me or pull down my self-esteem so far. Only of late, I've decided, no, I'm not going to allow this to happen anymore. I'm going to keep myself away. Day before yesterday was my dad's birthday, and it's the first time in my life that I've not wished him. I didn't wish him because I didn't want him to, I just feel because I was not happy about it, but still I thought, no, I want this to change. As you've been talking about patterns in my life, I thought this has been a pattern of them putting me down and I go back to them as if I've done the mistake every time. So this has been yet another pattern in my life. So I thought I will not. So I'm sure that things are changing and will change for better experiences in life.
Yeah, so ask yourself a question. What if I don't have to do anything to show anything to anybody?
What if I don't have to do anything to show anything?
To show anything to anybody.
Okay.
What if I just focus on serving people? That's all.
So can I talk?
Yeah, certainly.
So with the problem, what happens, no? Sir, in life, everything is our own creation. Okay, whether it be the problem or the happiness, everything, whatever we asked for only have come to us. When the conscious one comes, we are happy. When the unconscious, the anti-conscious comes, we get freeze, we get traumatized. So if we just look back at ourselves and tell, yes, I created this, we are the only person responsible for it. That's the game changer.
One more thing we can do, Kasa.
Yes, sir.
We can ask it, why am I creating it? What purpose am I fulfilling by creating it?
Okay, whatever, that could have been a fear, that could have been some...
No, don't worry about the answer, Kasa.
Yes, sir.
Leave the answer. The problem with us is that we always want answer to our questions. So I'm saying leave the answer.
Exactly.
What if? Why have I created it? I mean, what am I trying to make possible by creating this in my life? See, even if I'm the creator of everything, then why am I creating something which I don't like? There must be some reason, no?
Maybe, as you say, we should allow it to go through it. And what we do is, at that point in time, we don't allow anything to happen because we are traumatized or whatever.
Exactly.
So, if we find a way out to anti-traumatize ourselves, maybe we'll be willing with the unwilling as well.
Now, here's a thought for you.
Yes, sir.
When you say I allow something to traumatize myself, it is something about which I'm not in allowance, no?
Exactly.
So suppose I say, all right, I don't know why I'm creating this in my life right now,
Okay.
but it is definitely to make myself a better version of myself.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you can always say that, all right, if this problem is there, what's the opportunity in it for me?
Experiences.
We don't know. Don't jump to the answer so quick. No. See, for example, something happened to you during the course of what we were doing in Bangalore, and it didn't bother you anymore.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So, because, if you are looking at it and say, all right, this has happened now, what else is possible?
Yes.
Wow. What else is possible? How does it get better than that? That could
Exactly.
be one attitude.
Exactly.
The other one is what? Oh my God, why it is happening? It should not be happening. And why these problems happen? They only happen to me. So when we embrace it, we can actually embrace it and say, wow, this experience is going to make me a better version of myself. So what else is possible?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
Anna?
Yes, sir.
So you got it right, man.
Yes, sir. And at times, with the work also, whatever the current situation is, somewhere the past that thought or whatever has manifested today, some sort of a fear or some sort of kind of a uncertainty. What will I do if this manifests? What will I do if this manifests? So I have only manifested this. Nobody else is reason for it. So when I take that responsibility without any guilt, I can look at the possibility to come out of it. We at times, what happens, we put guilt on ourselves. Oh, what a fool I am. I have created this. So it took such time to realize, or even though we really realize at times, we don't acknowledge that. That is another problem.
Yeah, acknowledge, what? That I am an infinite being and whatever I am creating is for my good and for the good of everybody.
Exactly.
So let me find out what is good in it. See, when we label something as a problem, we are not trying to find any good in it.
Exactly.
We are only complaining about it.
Exactly.
Beautiful. So many things it's opening up, right? So guys, remember these two questions which have popped into your head. What is a problem? I mean, we give the label very easily, problem. So what is it anyway? What is a problem? First question. Second question is, what does it make possible for me? See, like everything that comes to us, every experience is a gift that we are receiving, right? So you can look at this gift also and say, hey, what is this making possible for me? समस्या भी मेरे लिए क्या लेकर आई है, So every experience is an opportunity to become a better version of myself, right? So what is it to which we are giving a label of problem so easily, and in what way can this be of use to me? Great. So now time has come to close this meeting. Before that, Kuldeep ji, can we have a little share to bring this meeting to a fitting conclusion for the day?
Sir, it was a wonderful session. और सभी फ्रेंड्स को डेडिकेट करते हुए मैं आपको एक 4 लाइनें सुनाता हूं कि आपकी चाहत में कुछ यूं बंधे हैं हम, आपकी चाहत में कुछ यूं बंधे हैं हम, आप सामने भी नहीं और हम अकेले भी नहीं.
Wow. Kunain Saab, I think you should translate it and then you can tell your share after that also.
मुकर्रर कुलदीप साहब
ट्रांसलेशन कीजिए सर जी.
आपकी चाहत में कुछ यूं बंधे हैं हम,
आपकी चाहत में कुछ यूं बंधे हैं हम. I am attached to you in your love in such a way.
आप सामने भी नहीं,
आप सामने भी नहीं,
even if you are not there,
और हम अकेले भी नहीं.
हम अकेले भी नहीं.
So I don't feel alone even if you are not there. Wow. Wow. Thank you, Kuldeep ji. Now, Punen sir.
अर्ज किया है सर के the takeaway of today's session is that फिर यूं हुआ कि सब्र की उंगली पकड़कर हम, फिर यूं हुआ कि सब्र की उंगली पकड़कर हम इतना चले कि रास्ते हैरान रह गए.
Yeah, you better translate this as such a potent one you have told.
फिर यूं हुआ कि सब्र की उंगली पकड़कर हम. Now, after this session, my takeaway is that the patience and the allowance, the avoidance of resistance, and to be in the B. So it happened when I become really in B, and I started my journey. Everything in the journey, in the way, got surprised at who exactly the person is. I'm not able to exactly translate, but this is what the sense coming, sir.
Can you say that again? That poem?
फिर यूं हुआ कि सब्र की उंगली पकड़कर हम.
Okay, wait. So it so happened that I held the hand of patience. आगे?
इतना चले कि रास्ते हैरान रह गए.
That I held the hand of patience and I walked so much that even the road became surprised that I can walk so much.
Yes.
Wow. Fantastic. Yes, Aruna ji.
Hello, good morning to all.
Good morning, good morning.
Yeah, I have a thought I'm resisting to say, and then finally I thought, let me say it. Because sorry for because, no, because. It's some thought is coming to me that जिंदगी में हिसाब रखना नहीं चाहिए. क्या दिया, क्या लिया, उसका हिसाब रखने से ही प्रॉब्लम होती है. हमने कुछ अच्छा किया तो कर दिया, और किसी ने बुरा किया तो उसे भूल जाओ. क्योंकि जब हम हिसाब रखते हैं तो वही हमारे लिए कैलकुलेशन बन के हमारी जिंदगी में दुख देता है.
वाह.
इस हाथ से अगर दिया तो उस हाथ को पता न चले, और अगर किसी ने मुझसे बुरा किया तो सोच लो शायद उसके उस समय के सर्कमस्टांस ऐसे थे, उसने बुरा कर दिया, माफ कर दो, भूल जाओ, तो जिंदगी बहुत खुशनुमा हो जाएगी. तो मैं रेजिस्ट नहीं कर पाई. मैं सोच रही थी करूं शेयर ना करूं.
इतना बढ़िया आपने शेयर किया है अरुणा जी. अब आपको ये मुझे भेजना पड़ेगा ताकि मैं ग्रुप में डाल दूं. इट्स वेरी नाइस.
लेकिन मैंने तो लिखा नहीं है.
तो कोई बात, हमारे इसमें रिकॉर्ड तो हो ही गया है.
उस पे एक स्टोरी मुझे याद आ रही थी, एक कहानी थी कि किसी एक फ्रेंड ने जब विजिट किया दूसरे फ्रेंड को, तो उसने बहुत उसकी आवभगत की, बहुत कुछ खिलाया पिलाया, सब कुछ किया. मगर जब उसके घर गई तो उसने उसे सिर्फ पूछा चाय पियोगी क्या. तो उससे बड़ा बुरा लगा कि मैंने इसके लिए इतना कुछ किया और इसने मुझे सिर्फ पूछ लिया कि क्या चाय पियोगी या पानी पियोगी. तो उस वक्त ये सोचना था कि मेरे स्वभाव में था कि मेरा स्वभाव था कि कोई आता है तो उसे मुझे ये करना है, मगर उस दूसरे वाले के स्वभाव में वो नहीं है, इसलिए उसने वो चीज नहीं की. और फिर एक और स्टोरी मुझे याद आती है कि जैसे डंक मारना होता है, जैसे मकड़ी या किसी भी सांप का, वो लोगों का स्वभाव है डंक मारना. वो अपना स्वभाव नहीं छोड़ सकते हैं, मगर हमारा अगर काम है अच्छा करना तो हम उस चीज को क्यों छोड़ें, क्योंकि वो उसके स्वभाव के कारण हम अपना स्वभाव क्यों बदलें.
वाह 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 वाह, क्या बात है. Abhinav, I hope you are there and you are listening to this. Beautiful.
तो अगर हमारे स्वभाव में अच्छा करने का स्वभाव है तो हम करते चलें, ये न सोचें कि किसने मेरे साथ क्या किया, किसने मेरे साथ क्या न किया।
वाह वाह वाह।
कितना हिसाब लगा के हम रखते हैं, माथे पे अपने बोझा बना के रखते हैं।
यो तो आप हमारी बात कर रही हैं। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
नहीं, that's why I don't want to share, because it can be personally taken away.
हेलो, आई एम वेरी हैप्पी।
कि
इसमें
कोई
क्या
पर्सनली ना ले, इसलिए मुझे हेजिटेट हो रहा था।
मत करो
Share
हेजिटेशन, कर लो इंस्टेड ऑफ हेजिटेशन, कंट्रीब्यूशन। वंडरफुल, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you so much for listening also.
All are listening. I think everybody is very happy to listen. Yes, Kasha.
Thank you.
So I want to, on a final note, hello.
The signal is very bad.
Sir, is it audible now?
Yeah, it is.
I want to finish today with one Tirukural, sir.
Yep. Translation will be also
I
required.
have the translation. I'll give the translation. They give sorrow to sorrow who do not suffer sorrow. They give sorrow to sorrow who do not suffer sorrow.
Yeah.
And thank you, sir.
Let it sink inside. No, now two Kumbhakarmanas are spoken of. One is Kasha, other is Aruna. So Aruna, never hold back. You are contributing too. And Kasha, give sorrow to sorrow. Give sorrow to those who don't suffer sorrow. Wow.
They give sorrow to sorrow who do not suffer sorrow.
Exactly. Now that's something that people can grapple with. When they get it, they'll also start laughing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes, Giri Garu, 5 verticals, 3 of which you are working on. What do you want to say to us today?
Thank you, sir. Even I forget you are remembering. Thank you for this.
Yeah, then I am saving your energy, no?
And today I think Arna spoke very well, but the thing is that I don't know Hindi. If you can, yeah, thank you. If you can translate Arna ma'am, it's very the complete transformation we are observing.
We will put the translation in the group, okay?
Yes, there is, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, Sandeep.
Sir, understand it. I want to correct for myself that suffering is a choice. It is our choice whether to suffer or not. Whatever problems we may have, we may tackle it head on, or we may suffer. And suffering is a choice. Kashaji, is it right? Actually, that is again what your quote states.
You started thinking, very good. Suffering is a choice, na?
Exactly. Exactly. What you say is right. What it meant is suffering is a choice, and the person who doesn't suffer, no, the suffer will suffer.
Yeah, because he says, Anedo, I welcome you. This is only going to make me better version of myself.
Exactly.
So what suffering? See, there are some people who will have an engagement ring, then wedding ring, then suffering. Other guy will say, what suffering? I don't expect any ring, including suffering. Okay, great. Thank you.
दुखी लोग दुख ही देते हैं और खुश लोग खुशी देते हैं. Am I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Suffering, I don't remember what he said, is suffer to suffer. What he said is the line. दुख ही दुख को देता है या दुख. मुझे ये लगता है कि जब हम दुखी होते हैं तो हम दूसरों को भी दुख देते हैं.
Obviously.
जब हम खुश होते हैं तो हम दूसरों को भी खुशी देते हैं.
Beautiful. What a lovely note to close today on. So be happy, be positive, and spread the life of ease, joy, and glory to every human being and non-human being that you meet today and every day. So God bless you. Thank you very much. And we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow on our wonderful, empowering morning conversations. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So bye for now. Those who want to leave can leave. And those who want to stay can stay for a few minutes longer. So all those who stay for longer, they'll have to sing a song. Otherwise, you can't stay longer.
Hey, Zindagi, gale laga le. Hey, Zindagi,
Gale
laga le. Na na na, ta na 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 na, ta na 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 na. Hey, na.
You have beautiful voice.
Thank you.
Yes,
Sir,
Ramesh.
Ashok ji also wanted to say something. Yeah, Ramesh.
First Ashok ji, then Ramesh ji. Yes, Ashok ji.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Ramesh. This is John back after a long time. I was there for 3-4 days, and my wife Aruna Kumari has made me to join. And it is a session gives a morning good mood to perform and suffer. This word, what was told in the Tirukural, Tamil, little I can understand. It was nicely presented, and it was again spoken by many of the team members. Fantastic. So the problem, we have to define what is a problem, and many times we find that it is not a problem. It is a routine work which we have to carry out on our own and be happy. That's all. And we create problems on our own and suffer. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, and you can ask yourself this question that, okay, what is the problem and what does it make possible in my life?
Yeah, correct.
If the problem has come,
define the problem. First, first define what is the problem. Is it a problem first?
Exactly. Great. Thank you so much, Ramesh.
Thank you, sir.
Ashok ji, waiting for you, sir. Ashok ji. Ashok ji, can you hear us? Please unmute. Rama, are you sure his hand was raised?
Yeah. Maybe by mistake he raised. I'm not sure, but yeah, there was a hand raised.
Okay. So if he's speaking, is good. So Neelam, thank you very much for joining. Unfortunately, you joined after the meeting was formally over, but still, there were two questions that we had put. One was, what is a problem? And what does it make possible for us? So think about that. That's what the thought of the day. All right, anybody else wants to say anything?
Anything is possible if we have the right attitude and knowledge to manifest what we desire.
Yeah. So keeping our attention on what we desire rather than getting sucked into resisting the problem. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Problem होने से बहुत बार invention होती है.
Exactly.
We invent something new.
Yep. Necessity is the mother of invention, no?
Yes.
So if you remember, whenever the so-called problem is hitting you, if you remember what you really desire, then you will start manifesting it. Don't allow your attention to get fixed on the problem.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
All right. So I think now we can actually close. It's way beyond our planned time. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
प्रिया जी,
बाय।
आपको
क्या
कुछ कहना चाहती हैं आप?
मैं सोच रही थी मेरी जो प्रॉब्लम है उसमें क्या पॉसिबल है?
सोचो सोचो, प्रॉब्लम है क्या? बी क्लियर अबाउट दैट फर्स्ट। और उसमें संभावना क्या खोलती है आपकी लाइफ में?
वो ही तो नहीं मिल रही, हर बार तो सेम प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है।
प्रॉब्लम ना कहो, जैसे कहते हैं ना, प्यार को प्यार ही रहने दो, कोई नाम न दो। तो इसी तरह से प्रॉब्लम को प्रॉब्लम ही रहने दो, कोई नाम न दो, फिर क्या संभावना आती है? ओके, अशोक जी has finally unmuted, so let's listen to what he has to say. Yes sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, for last about 15 minutes I was not here, I was doing something else, so missed it, but it was very, very interesting, and I wanted to interfere many times in between. That because the word which should not be used at all, because makes it somebody else responsible for my situation, which is not correct. And problem is what I perceive, something may come in my way, but I don't see the alternate route will be maybe still better than the first one. Who knows?
Exactly. Priya, suno dhyan se.
We really don't know whether the alternative route would have been is better than the first one. Yeah. So the problem is a word created by me to give an excuse to somebody else why I did not meet his requirements or whatever I was supposed to do. And it is also consoling myself. It is also consoling myself that why I couldn't do this.
Exactly.
It's not a good situation. Sorry, sir.
Exactly. And at that situation, people, they are not even looking for alternatives.
Yes, yes.
They cannot.
True.
Because their total energy and attention is so fixed on that so-called problem and resisting the problem. प्रतिरोध करने में दिमाग लग जाता है, तो संभावना कहाँ से दिखाई देने वाली है?
But I missed last 15 minutes because I was doing something else.
Oh, you missed some nice hero shairi and all that.
I missed shairis, yes, sure.
But you can watch the video, sir.
Yeah, and that's why I kept it on so that I will be able to watch it.
No, you can watch it later anyhow. Even if you're not on, you can watch it later on.
Thank you, thank you.
Great, thank you for your sharing.
Yeah.
I hope this young lady.
Finally, we have to sing the song, sir.
What?
Sir,
ah.
The song has to play.
Which song?
The participant has to sing the song.
So why don't you sing them?
Now they are later people continuing. What you told is everyone. Ramasan. Okay, sir, I will sing the song. Please adjust my voice. Vaige kare katre nil vandidanai paatha sollu mannan manam vaadudendru மங்கைதனை தேடுதென்று காற்றே பூங்காற்றே என் கண்மணி அவளை கண்டால் நீயும் காதோறும் போய் சொல்லு.
Of course, Kasa can tell us what it means.
Sir, Rama sir is a good actor.
Vaigai is one river, sir. The breeze that you're coming through the river Vaigai. If you look at my girl, tell her. If you look at my girl, and also
if you meet my girlfriend.
If you meet my girlfriend, tell
her. Tell her what?
வஞ்சிதனை கண்டால் சொல்லு. அண்ணா அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன வரும்னா வஞ்சிதனை கண்டால் சொல்லு. Oh air, will you tell her that I'm looking for her? Something like that, sir.
Good. So whenever there is a problem, you should say, oh problem, I'm looking for possibilities. Show me possibilities.
I think that is like send my love message to her.
Yeah, of course it means that only.
Convey my love message to her.
Is that you, Suresh?
Yeah, Suresh.
It's been very quiet.
Yeah, in between I slept also.
You are becoming like Kumbhakarna. Our Kumbhakarna. Right?
Yeah, but it is very interesting.
Yeah, is it useful or not?
Of course, it is.
Which one was interesting? Sleep?
Everything, even this last song also. This this person, I think Giri sang a song.
Yeah, Mr. Aro, Kent Aro. Agree.
Yeah. So that's Rajendra's movie, I think.
Wow, you remember the movie also. Not bad.
सर मुझे भी एक गाना गाना है.
हाँ, गाओ ने.
Sir, finally the song is Manaivi Amaivadellam Iraivan Kodutavaram.
சார் அத நான் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் மாத்தணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். இறைவனுக்கு பதிலா கடவுள் கொடுக்கும் வரம், கடவுள் கொடுக்கும் வரம். அந்த வரத்தை யார் கொடுக்குறா? நம்ம தான் கொடுக்குறோம். அதை நம்ம தான் உருவாக்குறோம்னு பார்த்தா நம்ம have a better possibility to create.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. All right, Gunen Saab, let us have your song also.
एक गाना गाना है मुझे भी.
गाओ ना फिर.
जिंदगी का सफर है ये कैसा सफर, कोई समझा नहीं कोई जाना नहीं, है ये कैसी डगर चलते हैं सब मगर, कोई समझा नहीं कोई जाना नहीं.
वाह वाह, क्या बात. उससे भी वो भी गा लो. मैं जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला
हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ाता चला गया.
आप ये भी गा सकते हो. ओ मेरे
हम सब
चैन आए मेरे
दिल को दुआ कीजिए.
ये गाना बहुत गाना चाहिए तुम्हारे लिए.
मेरे लिए?
हाँ. चैन आए मेरे दिल को दुआ दीजिए. हम लोग सब मिलके आपको दुआ देंगे कि आपको चैन आ जाए, चैन आ जाए, सुकून आ जाए, पॉसिबिलिटीज आ जाए.
हाँ, वो अच्छी बात है. सही है.
Bye bye. Thank you. God bless you. See you tomorrow.